Good morning everyone, welcome back to host-tune-perform.com. So today we will be going up with the 8th chapter, that is flow of JMeter components. This was the JMeter script which we created last time, in which we registered an user. So I just did one change over here. In every transaction controller I checked up this box which is generate parent sampler, and what will be the use of this you will just see. I'm just going ahead and again running it. It is taking a lot of time. It is done. So it is taking a lot of time because I have set up ramp up period to be 8 and number of users to be 2. So let's start up with test plan first, and we will discuss only few components today because we have a lot of components in JMeter, and we will discuss the few major components and the flow and like how exactly JMeter works. So you can see over here, like this is the script which we recorded and I have saved it as training.jmx. This is on my desktop. If I go ahead and open it, I've modified it. So this is nothing but just an XML file like this. So you can see that this script is a code of a written code in XML. So you can either change things over here and it will reflect in here, but like it is always recommended to use the GUI mode for creation and like doing things. And I have never seen any developer or like even maybe a tester to like who is coding and then developing a script. That is very rare. It is always recommended to use the GUI. So this is how, like, this is the extension of the JMeter like test plan, and this is the topmost element. When we click over here and click add, so in a test plan these all things can be added. Let's start with non-test elements, which is like test script recorder. We have already done and recorded the test script. So this is the test script recorder. Why it is called non-test element is because this is not used in testing. This is only used for like recording the script. Once we have recorded the script, we like put things in thread group, like which is the base component for creating the load. So thread group is something like which we can say like thread. So thread is if you have already worked on Java before, you must be knowing what a thread is. Thread is a, like, you can say it as a person, as a virtual user, like in performance testing. So if we have number of threads 2, it means like we have 2 virtual user. If we have 100, it means 100 virtual user. So I will just go ahead and like do it as like 10, say it as 10, and let the ramp up period be 8. What the ramp up period is we will discuss later, like in another topic. Just for a glimpse, ramp up period is like these 10 users will be loaded into the system in 8 seconds. I'm just clearing everything. This button is to clear everything, whatever results we have got over here. If we press this, it will clear all, and like if we go over here and press this, then this will clear only this selected item. But I have cleared all already. So now I will go and run it. So you can see that it will be running 10 times because we have selected number of users to be 10 and the loop count to be 1. So this is done 10 times. So now let's again, I am clearing it all and I am again changing it to 1 and again starting the test. If you see over here that this is the test. Now one change I was talking about was this, like I made a change and like checked in this. So last time when we used the view result tree, everything was not coming in an order, like it was very difficult to identify the response and request. So by checking this, it made sure that things will go in an order, and like this is the main transaction. So for measuring time, transaction controller is used. So let us begin from the top. What happened when we like ran the test? The test plan started. At first the HTTP request defaults were like taken upon. It does not have any default values over here, but what happens is, like for example, I go over here and click over, this is the sampler. It does not contain the protocol. Let's say for example it does not contain the protocol, and I paste it over here. Again I go to the sampler and I delete this server IP and I paste it over here and I save the test plan. And similarly I go to the next page and I delete the server IP. So, and I am deleting the server IP again. So I have saved it and now I am running the test again. So I run the test again and you are able to see it that the test works. So step 1 and step 2 indicates that the request was sent. Just open up the request was sent to this IP. So what happened like this does not have the IP, but like this default, what the default HTTP default means, any HTTP request which will be thrown out from JMeter will get these default options set by itself if they will not be present, or else if they will be present then it will override it. So what is the use of default? Like say example, like you have a server which is you are going to test, but there are cases when the server changes, so you will not have to go and change the value in every script. So what you can do is like you can delete all the IP address in every request, and this will only go to this default. So these are the configuration elements, and like first these like gets executed, and all of them, these are like put upon on the required places. Then then it is the turn of the thread group to execute. If you again go over here in result tree, then the second step is thread group. So thread group is nothing but a place which says that these all things are included in the thread group, and it will have a load of 1. We can add multiple thread groups, like one thread group is for register user. We can also add a thread group which will be for, we can say that test scenario 002, and we say that register ticket, book ticket. So we have created another test group, thread group, and these two will run in parallel. Whenever we will run the test, these two will run in parallel. It means that if this thread group has 20 users, 20 virtual users, this thread group has 10 virtual users, so our total test has 30 virtual users. How we will bifurcate them and like how these all things will divide, this comes into a particular model called as workload model in performance engineering. We will discuss that too in in separate chapters. Let's discuss about the flow right now. So what is happening next? This thread group is getting executed. In this thread group we have this page. So this is the transaction controller. Via this transaction controller, JMeter records and like gives you the results. So it is very important for you to like map these transaction controller with specific requests. Like if you want to measure the timing of the home page, then only these two requests should be there in it. If you want to measure the time, how much time the person got registered, so only this request should be there in register request, because this is how you will get the timings. Then after it, when whatever things are there in thread group, they are like executed sequentially. First this, second this, third this. When all of these are executed, the results are combined and put up in listeners. You can see over here I have also put up more listeners. You can see that only transactions are being like registered over here, and the samples, you have got the number of iteration and samples. We will discuss all of these things later. Let's understand the flow today. So this is nothing but view result tree, but in tabular format. So you can see the status, like the last one is again red, and this is the aggregation. See over here what the execution order is. First the configuration elements. Configuration elements are these one which have the screwdrivers. Then the preprocessors. We do not have any preprocessor in this. We might add some later. Then it is the timers. What is the timers? Like if we increase this time, like say if we increase this to and keep it as 5 seconds and save the test plan. Again over here, number of thread groups I will say 1 and loop count will say 2. What is the difference? We will just study about it, and again I will run the test. So if you see over here, nothing is coming. It came after how much time? 10 seconds. It will again come after 10 seconds. It will again come after 10 seconds. And why it is taking so much time? Because we have put a timer. And why do we put timers? It has a different logic. Today we are just discussing about the flow. So you see, at first this was executed, then the thread group was picked up. All the thread groups will be picked up parallelly. So then anything which is inside a thread group will be picked up sequentially. Anything inside a controller will be again picked up sequentially. Both of these things will be picked up sequentially. Again we have a lot of other controllers which we might use. Some, like if you go over here, and see the logic controller, we have random controller, random order controller, and like if we just have like this and these two and this random controller, so what it means is that there is a transaction which has a random controller, so these two requests will be given randomly, but this is not the right scenario because the server does not expect this. Server expect first this, second this. So this is a random controller, and there might be a scenario in which you want to use random controller. So similarly, there are other controllers also. There is a parallel controller also, like you can send, like maybe for example you need to test a dashboard, so there might be a case you need to send 10 requests parallelly rather than sending them sequentially. So you can send them, then there is a parallel controller, so you can send the 10 requests parallelly. But understanding is like the JMeter follows everything hierarchically, and it has specific kind of controllers, config elements, timers, assertion, samplers, preprocessor, postprocessor, and listeners. So these are the basic 7 types of elements like in JMeter. So these are executed first, then anything like within here, like if we say that this is a sampler and it has a timer, how it is going is before sampler the timer is getting executed, and that's why it waited for 5 seconds before like putting up the home page sampler. And all of the requests, as it was a simple transaction controller and everything was to be executed in sequential order, so that's why everything stopped before this. But like if it has been a parallel controller, then other requests would have triggered except homepage 1 because the timer was applied only to homepage 1. Now assertion is at the last, which are these 3. So you can like identify all of these elements by the icon over here. Like this icon, this represents the thread group. So you can see over here, this is thread group. This icon is for configuration elements. This icon is for timers. This icon is for sampler. So any sampler, if we add any sampler over here, it will be having the same icon. And then we have the post processors. We have not even used the post processor over here.